this all started, Ethereum started, basically the concept was back in around 2011. And it was started by this young dude right here. His name's Vitalik Buterin. And for you guys that are able to see the video, he's a very young kid. I mean, look how young. He looks like he's 12.
Right.
Right. And he is probably not much older than that in that picture. So Vitalik, he was a 20-year-old developer, software developer, that basically spawned this Ethereum concept out of his head. And it all started from he was playing a video game that he was really into, and the developers took away one of his avatars or one of his in-game.
So he probably wouldn't have done well with like Tecmo Bowl or something like that.
No, he'd have probably been throwing that stuff in the trash.
Right.
But what's funny is that if these developers don't take away one of his features in the game, and he doesn't just throw away the time he was putting in that game, we might not see this technology right now. That's the crazy part of it. Like, it really was spawned from the fact that he was just completely distraught that part of his game went away.
He must have been pissed.
Oh, he was. Yeah, it was a crybaby moment, probably. Like, you know, I mean, for guys that are such high level developers and coders like what Vitalik is, this kid is
genius. It sounds like
he's an Albert Einstein type of guy, right? Very transformative and extremely smart in what he's doing. He he gets distraught about this video game and he starts moving on with his life. Basically, it was like a kick in the ass. Like, oh, screw this game, I'm out of here. And through that, he started working for eToro and Bitcoin Magazine. And through that process, he was actually working with the Bitcoin, the open source Bitcoin development team. And they, obviously they're working on Bitcoin and keeping it safe and trying to come up with ways to make it better and whatnot. And he was getting frustrated with them that they weren't adding new features to Bitcoin and making it do more things than just a payment system. And so he very quickly ditched that whole concept. He ditched, working for, somebody and Bitcoin Magazine and eToro, and started working on the concept of what would become Ethereum. And that was around 2012-ish. I think by 2013, he had brought in some more developers to the core development team that wanted to work on this, and all had the same feeling. Like, hey, Bitcoin's good, but what else can we do now? Let's use this technology to really make some big changes in the tech world. So he added some guys, and these names are going to come up later in some of our other podcasts, because these guys that started this development team for Ethereum have went on to do some amazing things in this space. So I'll rattle off a few of their names. Charles Hoskinson, that name rings out amongst the cryptocurrency world huge, because he was the lead architect behind Cardano. Mahi Alisi, Amir Tertet, Joseph Lubin, Gavin Wood. These are names that don't mean anything to the average person, but in this world, those names are huge. And they've all sprouted wings. It's kind of like, you think of it as football, right? So you have Bill Belichick, and then you have all these scores and scores of assistant coaches that have come through the Patriots program, right?
That are now head coaches.
That are out in the NFL, like changing the game, right? That are out there, took what they learned from him and made it better, and went out into the world and they're coaching their own teams. But that all started from that core group of guys and one football team and one guy. And that one guy with Ethereum is Vitalik. So that was around 2014, 2015. So we're only talking not 7 years into this technology, and wait till you see what this has done from concept, from a kid. At that point, he's 21 years old, and he just developed something that's going to change the world.
I was sneaking in bars at 20 years old.
I wasn't thinking of changing the world.
Changing the world,
and I don't know that he thought of that or thought of it like that or not. You know, maybe he did. You know, I don't know the dude, but maybe he really thought that he had an idea that could change the world, and I don't know. Or maybe he just said, hey, this can be better. I think it can do this and these things, and this is, you know, we got to figure out how to do it. I don't know, but you know, that's kind of where it started from. So those core group of guys, they develop Ethereum, they launch it. It moves on to, you know, little ups and downs, kind of growing pains, developing as it's still doing today. Along the way, though, it did something that a lot of these other projects haven't been able to do. It's getting adoption from the real world. Corporations and entities that are sticking huge amounts of money into it. So if we look at the price here, for the people just listening to the podcast, you know, if we go back to like 2016, 2017, November 22nd, 2017, the price of Ethereum was $9.53. I think today it's down to around $3,200, $3,300. So, I mean, that's a huge increase in price from just a few years ago. For the viewers that can see the screen, they see that this is just a huge, you know, little bump there in 2017, but look where we're at. I mean, the growth is amazing. And that's just, you know, that's just the technology as it was being developed. Now you're starting to see some of the fruits of that development.